Hello guys, welcome to C4C Code for Change. Let's get started.
Hey guys, in this video we are going to learn about the OOPS concept. What are the features of OOPS concept we are going to learn now. So before learning that, why the concept of OOPS was introduced. So before the uh, introduction of OOPS, so what was the concept which we are using the before OOPS? So basically, so there are languages like C, Fortran, Pascal. So these are not actually OOPS using languages. These are procedure oriented languages. Okay, that is these mainly concentrate about the tasks which we are going to perform in the code. So what are those means? Say suppose I want to create a function which can add two numbers. Okay, what we are going to do function, some function name and some parameters. So int y. So now we are going to add those two numbers. So, so this is basically the program in C language. So first suppose we want to subtract these two numbers, we will just write another function and we will modify that function according to the requirement. Say suppose if you want to multiply those two numbers, we will write another function and we will modify the code according to that. So according to the requirement, we are writing each and every step into the function. Okay. So basically, these functions are available to that particular file. These cannot be accessed by another users. So that is the basic disadvantages of this procedure oriented programming languages. So why I call this procedure oriented means for every task we are creating some procedures. So procedures are nothing but here in C language those are called functions. That's why it is called procedure oriented languages. So if we are going to write like this, there will be number of thousands like 10,000 lines of codes in which if you want to debug or test some code, you cannot do it easily. So another thing is you cannot use this function by the another user. So this concept has failed and later computer scientists want to develop a new concept which these functions can be used by another user and this function code has to be reduced so that by using these functions by the another user. Okay, so that concept is called OOPS concept, that is nothing but object oriented programming language. So what are these object oriented programming language and what are the features that are available in this? Let us see here. So basically, so if we are using objects, we are going to require class. So this is objects and class. And another thing is the features which we are getting from using OOPS concepts are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. So these concepts need to be included. Sorry, these concepts are followed by whenever these concepts are followed by code. So that is we can say that program is using OOPS concept. Okay. So say suppose it is using class and objects and encapsulation and abstraction and inheritance and polymorphism. Then that programming language we can call it as it is using we can say that programming language is using OOPS concepts. Okay, now let us see what are these things. So what is this class and object? What is this abstraction? What is this inheritance? And what is this polymorphism? I want to give you some information guys. So basically in this video I am just discussing about these things. I am not going too far into this. So in the next videos in for each and every concept I am going to make 2 to 3 videos for each and every concept. So that's why in this video I am just introducing the basic terminology over here. So first thing is class and object. So a class is nothing but a physical form of existence in the real world. So say suppose a cat, okay, a cat is an object because it exists in the real world. So it is an object. Say suppose dog, it is an object. Say suppose lily, it is an object. Say suppose rose, it is an object because these things exist really in the world. Okay, for suppose this take a rose, we will think rose like this. So if you tell rose, you will imagine like some petals and some horns which it is going to harm us, harms which is going to harm us. So here we are discussing two things. So it contains some petals. Basically we will think it is in red color. Okay, there are different colors, but basically when we think about rose, it is in red color. It has some petals, and it going to harm us with its horns. So basically, red and petals are the properties of the rose, and its horn, it will harm us. Basically, it is the functionality of that rose. So what we can say that, so here is uh, an object contains properties and methods. So properties are nothing but some so okay, these are properties and some, so let us call like this functions. Okay, this is functioning like this, and that is rose is functioning to harm us. Okay, so let us take dog. So we will expect like this: four legs, some 2 to 3 feet height, and it will be barking. So, 4 legs, 2 to 3 feet height are the properties of the dog, and its functionality is barking. So, what we can say that from here, every object contains some properties and some functionalities. So, in Java, these properties and functionalities are termed as variables. So, these functionalities are termed as methods. Okay, so every object is containing these variables and methods. Okay, so this is about the object, but what about the class? Okay, class is nothing but common representation of the object, common features or representation of objects. So if you are going to say 4 legs and 2 to 3 feet height and with functionality barking, we are going to say some animal. Okay, some animal, and it's here. So which are this animal includes the objects cat comma dog. So I am going to say flower. Okay, so flower has some basic functionalities like, okay, some petals, some color, something to harm us. Okay, this is about flower. So say suppose let us take lily. Lily has also some petals, some color that is going to be white, something which will harm us with the smell. Okay, so flower contains basically common properties and common functionalities. Likewise here animals, say suppose cat, some 4 legs, comma, some height like 1 to 2 feet. Okay, and it's going to some functionality with sounding. Okay, so here animals is a class with properties, some properties of legs and height and functionality of some sounding. Okay, so class is nothing but a common representation or a feature of the objects. So here class is also containing these variables and methods. So this is about class and object. Okay, So if you want more about it, I already made a previous video about this class and video. I'll give the link in the description below. So if you want it, you can watch it. So now I am erasing. Now next concept is encapsulation. Okay, so what is this encapsulation? Let us take some small example. So if you have seen any encapsule, so what it basically do is, so it will combine two or more chemicals. So this is okay. So let us take something like this. So this is this is an encapsule. So what it basically do is, it is going to combine two or more chemicals. So see here, red color is one chemical and the green color is another chemical here. So this encapsule, this protective layer is combining these two. So what I want to say is, encapsulation is nothing but combining data and methods into one unit. So that is nothing but encapsulation. So what you can say, encapsulation is combining data and method into one unit. Here this encapsule is also functioning like this. So it is protecting these two things, that is data and method. So it is protecting these two chemicals here. So red chemical and green chemical, it is protecting by this encapsule layer. So same wise here, that here class is, so here class is protecting data and methods. So this is also another advantage over here. So this is the concept of encapsulation. That is, you can say that. So if anybody asks about what is encapsulation is, combining data and method into one unit is called encapsulation, and classes protecting the data and method over the process of encapsulating. So this is about encapsulation. And what about abstraction? So let us take something like this. So say suppose there is a class. So this is the class which containing employee data. So this is some employee data. This is name, and there is something like sal. Okay. So there is another class. So let us take this class name as EMP. Okay. This class name has something related to student. Okay. If I write like this, so what I want to do, so now I am creating an object for EMP is equals to new EMP dot EME dot sal. Now I am accessing the salary of the employee data from the student class. So this is very dangerous act. We don't want to allow this one. So what we are going to do, so we are going to write something like private. So this is going to be like private keyword, which we will write in front of the name. Okay, so this in front of the salary, sorry. So this will provide protection for the salary, so that this salary data is not available to the other classes. So there are some other keywords like protect, comma private, comma default, comma public. So these are the terms which we are going to use in abstraction. So what we're gonna basically say, somebody asked what is an abstraction is. So basically an abstraction is, so some functionality which is going to hide some sensitive information. Some sensitive information if you want to hide. So we're going to use this abstraction. Okay. So basically people will confuse between encapsulation and abstraction. So basically you can say that if you are using some keywords like private, protect and public, that is nothing but an abstraction. So here encapsulation is protecting. So here is also protecting by using the keyword private and some keywords. But here in encapsulation, a class is protecting the data and method. Okay, so that is the basic difference between encapsulation and abstraction. So a lot of people will confuse between these two. Just remember this. So encapsulation is nothing but a combining data and methods into one unit. This is the basic main thing. And then while doing this, combining the data, it is protecting the data and the method over in this process. Okay. But in abstraction, the basic functionality is to provide and hide the data. Okay. This is the basic difference. Now, what is inheritance? So you will all know that. So some inheritance means, say suppose this is parent. Okay, so this is some kind of parent. So when he dies, his properties will be belong to child. Okay, so that is nothing but a inheritance. So if he dies, these properties will be belong to this child. So along with, if this child is doing some employment, his salary is going to be added to this child. So that is nothing but inheritance. What does this means? So if any class, okay, let us take some example. So by using some class, okay, sorry. So this is some class A, and we have in this class A, we have written a method called add. Okay, so in the class B, now I am going to use this method A to class B. And again, there are some additional functionalities like subtract, multiplication, division. We can also do in this subtract, comma multiplication. So these are some additional methods which are available in B but not in A. So that is nothing but inheritance. That is, so creating a new class for existing object or existing class is called inheritance. So why basically we are using inheritance means code reusability is done in the inheritance. So what is this code reusability and how we are getting benefited from the code reusability is, say suppose, let us take a company here. So if we are going to write a program for a Casio calculator, say suppose. So we are going to write some methods like this. So we are going to write add, multiply, and say division. So and subtraction. So this is for basic calculator. We are creating a project. Say suppose some other company came and they want to create some scientific calculator. So in scientific calculator, all these functions are available. So all these methods should be available. So what we are going to do, just we are going to all these methods into these, and in addition to that, we are going to write some other methods like this. So cos, comma sine. So these, so this is cos, comma sine, comma tan, comma some square roots value, sqrt, comma some power value. So these methods we are going to add for the scientific calculator. So here we are using this availability code into the another class. This is called code reusability. Okay, this is possible through inheritance. So this is another advantage of using OOPS concept. So and the last final thing is polymorphism. Okay, so what is this polymorphism means? By the name we can say that poly means many. So this polymorphism, by using this polymorphism, we can perform many operations by using this polymorphism. So let us take some example here. So I have some wheat flour. So I am going to make, with this wheat flour I am going to make, okay, a roti. I am going to make pizza. I am going to make bread with it. I am going to make sandwich with it. I am going to make burger with it. I am going to make roti with it. So with this single wheat flour, we are performing so many functionalities. So likewise, say suppose, let us take a method. So with this method, we are going to add, so if we are going to add two numbers, and if we are going to subtract two numbers, and if we are going to multiply two numbers, if we are going to divide those two numbers, so this is about polymorphism. So that is single method is doing all different things. So this is about polymorphism. Okay, thank you guys. So basically from the next video we will discuss about each and every concept. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you like my video, hit the like button and also share my video with your friends. For future videos like this, hit the subscribe button down below.